Or you stay with us as we're joined by Monika Stärk of the German Asia-Pacific Business Association Hamburg. Welcome. Now, foreign investment can have quite an impact on economies, as we've just seen with Metro in Vietnam. But for some reason, Vietnam's economy slowed nevertheless last year. What happened?
Well, what happened was kind of an overheating, which we have seen in other countries as well, among them China. But in Vietnam, this overheating due to a huge inflow of foreign capital was too extreme. So the economy came to a short stillstand and is now recovering. And hopefully the effects of the worldwide crisis won't hit Vietnam too bad.
Yeah, can you say anything about that already? How will Vietnam be affected by the global crisis?
Well, Vietnam, of course, as well has an export-driven economy, and all the export-driven economies are in a problem because worldwide demand is shrinking.
Talking of export-driven economies like Germany, China, of course, the giant. Now, let's take a closer look at that Asian giant, because just like Germany, the Chinese economy is very export-orientated, relies heavily on exports, so to say. And the graphic here shows how exports plummeted in the last few months, even plunging into minus growth. Imports also deep down in the red. And now some 20 million migrant workers already lost their jobs. Does this mean that we are watching now the Chinese economy going to the dogs, so to speak?
Well, the Chinese economy is not going to the docks. If it went there, it wouldn't be alone. We have a global problem, not a problem in China. And China is part of the global production chain. And of course, China suffers more because the incomes are not as high as in other countries. And the risk of social instability is higher.
But China also has this massive rescue package. When does that start to kick in?
This will start to kick in. Apart from all the investments in infrastructure and so on, the Chinese government is doing very much to help the migrant workers who have lost their jobs, because they are well aware that this is the major issue they have to tackle. And so we should support them and wish them all the best in that endeavors.
Because we'd be affected if China can't can handle the problem.
Everybody will be affected. We badly need a Chinese recovery very soon, as we need a recovery in all the other countries. And this will only happen if there is global cooperation and not individual solutions.
Like protectionism is one of those words that we heard a lot also at the World Economic Forum in Davos. So that is something that the Chinese president certainly is against. But we see more and more of it, don't we?
Of course, if you have national measures to stimulate the economy, this can lead to protectionist measures. We should take care that this doesn't happen, and China as well should take care that they don't make use of such measures. We really need to lend a hand one to another.
Okay, Monika Stärk, thank you very much for joining us.